the first match, and this was an excellent choice, was Bryan Danielson against Swerve Strickland. Because I think this was the best match of both shows on that night. Just in summation, before we talk about details, because again, it's Danielson, and he controlled Swerve's worst instincts to become an aggressive parkourist. And instead, it was wrestling, and it worked, and it didn't look completely preposterous. Except when Aubriette was standing there, when they were fighting on the apron, she was just standing there, mouth agape, like they were in the ring, not counting or anything.
That's not just her, though. That's every referee in AEW.
Well, but she has a more agape mouth. Because she doesn't wear her bridle when she's refereeing, so she's all the way open with it, right? Why the long face?
So they were outside the ring, you say?
Yeah, they were over on that apron, and, and they did. Again, Danielson has matches where modern style stuff, it goes into them, but they still don't look preposterous, and it's somewhat controlled danger. And, at the same point, he's taking more risks than one would think one would with his concussion history, but he's having the safest, as contradictory as this may sound, to me, the safest modern matches, at least on his part. Swerve took a couple of risks here that you can have and still perform at this level. And Swerve, again, when he's not just cartwheeling his way into a fucking swing dance routine, he's a good wrestler. So I think the match of the night, for what, and we'll see when we dissect the ratings, for whatever that's worth, has to go to Danielson and Swerve. And now I will say one thing. Later on, when they were really getting into the 2 counts and the big pops, I've knocked Aubriette in the past, for trying to put the attention on herself. Like, what is she? She's some kind of thoroughbred racehorse. But apparently with these gestures now she's doing, I think she's given up racing for the Royal Lipizzan Stallions, because she's just kind of posing in different ways. But anyway, so they get to the finish, and I'll let you get your thoughts in here, Brian.
Of course, yeah.
Because I'm in one of those moods today, as you can tell. They get to the finish. They get a couple of 2 counts, big pops. And then finally, Swerve gets a 2 count, and Prince Nana flips out and draws Aubriette over there. So Swerve gets the crown. Now, I never handled the crown, but I've been standing next to Nana when he was wearing the crown. I wasn't aware it would serve as brass knuckles, but apparently it seemed more like gold lame sequins in an arrangement that would fit over Nana. I love Nana. We're good friends, but I don't think his crown's brass knuckles. But nevertheless, he gets the crown, Swerve does, and he's going to do something nefarious when suddenly Hangnail Page appears at ringside and snatches it. And at that point, Swerve, with mouth agape, has his back to Danielson, and Danielson gets a roll-up on him and only gets a 2 count. And then hits him with the knee and gets the 3 count. And I loved the match. Maybe Swerve's best match I've seen him have. Great stuff. We were 21 minutes into the show, and it hadn't got boring. But if the guy turns around, it's like, what the fuck? Why not just roll him up? Why get the 2 count or hit him with the knee and get the 3 count? Why do both? I didn't understand what we were doing there. But otherwise, what are your thoughts, young Brian?
I thought it was good. I didn't think it was as great as other people did, but I thought it was really good. I have a problem with Swerve losing here. Why is Swerve losing this match?
Well, because Tony told him to.
No, but you know what I mean. He just beat Adam Page. And that was something that I thought elevated him. People got behind him. He was good in the promos. He made Adam Page look foolish in everything he did. And he was good in the match. And then they followed up with him losing the next week on TV. I think that's a mistake.
Yeah. Well, I didn't say it wasn't. But now here's the thing. Tony has said Brian's going to be the one to take over running this fucking circus when, something happens to him and we may be closer than ever, poor thing. Bless his little pea-picking heart. So much like he wouldn't beat Pockets until Pockets ran up a victory string of about 40-something. At least with Bryan Danielson, he's an actual goddamn real wrestling star instead of the company mascot. So he'll probably never lose again.
Well, he's lost to other people. He lost to Daniel Garcia, for God's sake. So,
well, but that was before. Now Tony is feeling his own mortality, apparently. He's already left young. He may adopt Bryan. Tony may end up the grandfather of what, little Birdie, and what are the children's names? I can't remember. It'd been funnier if I could. But you think they're Grandpa Tony. That'll make Shad a great grandfather.
Well, I think part of the problem is if you wanted Danielson to go over, it could have been anyone else. It didn't need to be Swerve, because Swerve should only be going over right now.
But that wouldn't be a dream match to put on Titty Tuesday to tantalize the taints of all of the NXT fans to come over and watch their program.
I see.
Moving on, Samoa Joe, again, promo looks fantastic. We can't add anything to that. They're brief, but they're lovely.